another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And as promised, the warehouse tour continues, and we're along the back wall with stuff.
Toys. It's toys. And it's Christmas is around the corner, and hopefully we can sell all this in maybe a couple months. The shelves will be empty.
There you go. And then what do you do then? Fly off to Florida?
Well, or fill it back up with new inventory.
So why don't we just kind of do a quick walk down? If you see anything interesting over here, Mr. Magazine, I see something interesting right off the bat.
Let me guess. These puzzles that we bought locally, very cool vintage superpower puzzles of Batman, Superman. Those are pretty cool.
Now we ended up getting a call from somebody locally that was running an estate sale from a distributor person that had a lot of those available, and you ended up buying a case out of them.
Yeah, a few cases, I think.
Few cases.
There's 3 different versions, I think, yeah.
Yep. So just really, really neat stuff, and that's one of those deals. This distributor, they were having the estate sale, as I said, and the people that were running the estate sale have dealt with both of us for years.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of those deals where you get your name out there locally, and you end up getting phone calls, because this phone call came from out of the blue.
Yeah.
For the first sale that they were having.
It was a nice find. He had some other real good stuff.
Yeah, really good stuff.
Was there, yeah.
Yeah, yep. And it's one of those deals. Just get out there, have everybody know that you're willing to buy from them. Don't haggle a ton on the price. We're both very easy on the price, you know. And if the price is too high, it's like, that's a little too high. But you're still buying enough stuff. And another tip that I would give, and it works out really, really well. You're a heavy hitter. I'm less of a heavy hitter. But let's say that we had gone to that sale and it was pretty much all up my alley. I'm still going to be spending money, and you're still going to get called to the next deal, which might be stuff up your alley.
Exactly.
So you got 2 of us going. We don't step on each other's feet as far as what we want, but they go, hey, I called Papergoy and Mr. Magazine, and they spent $1,000. They're not in their head thinking, well, Papergoy spent $900 and Mr. Magazine spent $100, or vice versa. They're thinking they spent, and so they're going to call both of us.
Sure.
And that's one of those, if you do have somebody that you partner up with that sells things a little outside of you, because obviously if they've got magazines and we're punching each other in the head trying to grab the better ones, that's not going to work so well. But you know, you've got a wide enough thing that you collect or that you buy and sell, and I've got a wide enough thing, and a lot of it, you know, we got a little overlap, but enough of it's so separate, it works out well going as a team, because then we continue to get calls as a team to things.
Sure.
You know, so you kind of, it feeds off. It's just symbiotic is the word.
I guess so.
You just learned the word today.
Well,
if you
from Spider-Man I did. But.
Oh, there you go. All right, nice. good. Nice one. Go ahead and come on down. Looks like we got some more stuff over here.
We did a little reorganizing, kind of put like all the trucks together, all the cars together, you know, superhero stuff together, so it's easier to find them. So these are things that are too big to go into banker boxes. We didn't want to waste banker boxes with 2 items. So we have the shelf with the oversized toys, and then we just reorganized it for Christmas, so it's easier to find some of the stuff.
Right, and I think it's really another thing that I'm sure everybody noticed, but it's worth saying. You've got the same type of thing together.
Yeah.
So somebody's not looking for a die-cast car way down there.
Yeah.
They might be looking for, and we haven't gone down there, so I don't know what's down there, but they might be looking for Barbie dolls down there, because that's where they are, but you don't have a Barbie doll stuck here and a thing stuck here.
It was a couple weeks ago. No, it's not. But I just remembered one thing that we forgot on the last warehouse video. Have you gone up high here? So all these tubs are all filled with older toys that we listed years ago, and they're date coded, but they're oversized things, and we were using big tubs at the time. And we realized it's probably not the best way because it's hard to store them. There's a million things in there, so we kind of did away with that after like a year ago. But those are the date codes on them, and they go all the way down. So on top of the wooden shelves, we do have another realm of toys on top of it.
But and that's one of those things, and this is something or other that I have to say is a positive about you and a positive about myself as well. We're willing to change, and a lot of people get stuck in their ways. And this is the way I've always done it. This is, you did it that way, and you could still be doing it that way.
Right.
But you said this is not the best way. Now you just kind of, you deal with the way it is, because you've already got the date codes on there. It's already up there. It's not worth paying somebody to go and rearrange them, stick them all up on the shelves and everything. So you'll deal with it. But from that point forward, you're doing it a different way because you find this way working better.
Right.
So hopefully that's a lesson to everybody out there. Change. Be willing to change with the times. And I know I've talked in the past about how I had a big lull in my sales for a couple of years, 2017, 2018. My sales were down. Do you know why? Because I was doing what I was doing in 2010. I was still listing the same way, still listing the same stuff,
Sure.
and I hadn't changed. And then I went in the middle of 2019 to eBay Open, and my eyes got opened. Oh, SEO, Google search, this, that.
Right.
I've got to change things up. And ever since then, my sales have exploded.
Yeah.
And it's because I was willing to change things. But forever, I was just running things on autopilot. So take a step back in your business and ask yourself, am I running on autopilot? Are there things that I just kind of do the same way because I've always done them that way?
Right.
You know, and I'll give you a perfect example that you and I make an error on that maybe we need to look into at some point. You ship 99% of your things out post office, as do I.
Yeah.
Maybe with the post office, especially as they're increasing their prices twice a year now, they're going to be increasing their prices. Maybe it's time we may have to start looking into UPS and FedEx and all that kind of thing.
True.
Because if you think about it, if you save $50 a week on shipping, end of the year you've saved a couple $1,000 just off of that for one simple change.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, we've been resistant to that change. Maybe it's time to look into that.
Absolutely.
So who knows? I mean, but always be willing to change with the times, because if you're still listing the way you did in 2010, it's not going to work.
True. Yeah.
Let's continue our tour on down over here.
All right. It looks like we got some sports figures here, some wrestling down at the bottom, tons of board games here. Hopefully we'll sell a lot of these models as well.
Now, I see a lot of these board games are sealed. Any tips on people on selling board games? Because that's not something I do very often.
Yeah, sealed ones are great, and they can go for good money online because most people open them up and play them. So I definitely pay more for sealed ones. And
now, what do you say with an older game that's got a lot of pieces that it's not worth your time?
We actually do check them now.
Oh, you do?
We check for completion now. Yeah, it saves a lot of time, and they just look. You know, they'll open the box, check it, and everything's good to go. I have a buyer a seller that sells to me, and you probably know him. He sells to the Strong Museum as well.
Oh, yes.
And stuff. So he's been selling me his games. He promises everything's complete. We spot checked a couple, and he's probably sold me 50 games all complete.
Oh, wow.
I got another buyer, or a seller, he comes in, all complete. So, you know, for the most part, if we don't know if they're complete, we'll check to see if they're complete.
Oh, see, and I do it a little differently. I very seldomly sell board games, but I would say substantially complete is usually what I do. I check, you know, if you've got something or other that's got, I'll use the Avalon Hill, for example.
Yeah.
All those markers and all that.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I say substantially complete.
Yeah.
I take a look and I say,
Take
it's got
pictures,
most
and
of
what
it.
you're seeing is what you're getting. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but obviously if it's supposed to have 6 cards, I can count 6 cards.
Right.
If it's supposed to have 650, not so much.
Sure. Let's see, we got some
Oh,
Barbies.
Barbie, we
here.
do have Barbies down
We
here.
got some dolls here, G.I. Joe, all that type of stuff. We got Pokemon area over here. And then the
Legos.
We
Walked
do
right by the
we do
Legos.
have Legos. Looks like some movie figures and movie box sets. And then the rest all the way down, for the most part, should be Star Wars, but it looks like the person organizing it didn't realize that. I'll have to fix it and take some of those out. It looks like he ran out of room, but for the most part, most of the stuff down here is Star Wars.
So just some nice stuff over here, just in general. Well, there's a lot of Star Wars stuff, a lot of...
We got a vintage Transformers Generation 1 there. Very cool.
I think one thing that
Michael Jackson, Dorothy.
I think one thing that we will need to do, I know we've got some more videos will be coming up after this. We'll be doing your store and we'll be doing my basement. What we may want to do as the last episode would be come back here and take a scan down the entire toy aisle and see what's changed.
Yeah, right.
Because
That's a good idea.
we're recording this right now, middle of November.
Yeah.
Toys tend to sell very, very well for Christmas time.
Sure.
So I think that would actually be kind of fun, just see what's different back over here, because I think hopefully
Absolutely.
it's all new stock back here because everything is sold.
Yeah. And, maybe the next video we'll get to the Hess area because we also changed our selling plan and storage plan with that as well, the way things were going. So,
Nice.
Yep.
Very good. So comment down below if you could. If you see anything here you really, really like, it is all up for sale, as I said.
True.
A lot of neat things over here. I tell you this, if I were a kid, I would have had so much fun down through here. I remember going to the toy store, well, not even a toy store, it was Kmart as a kid, and just standing there for hours in the toy aisle as my parents were doing regular shopping and going, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that.
Yeah.
This would be exactly where I would have, every item I would have ended up wanting.
Sure.
Do hit the like button if you could. And again, do step back, take a look at your business today and see how you can improve it. And don't not improve it just because I've always done it that way. That's probably one of the worst reasons not to change. And a lot of people fall into that trap. I fell into that trap for a couple of years. We've fallen into that trap with the shipping.
Yeah.
And if you continuous improvement, you'll end up making a lot more money. We'll see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.